Most traders find it pretty frustrating when they faithfully follow a formal trading system only to find out that it wins just as many times as it loses. I'm Seth Freiberg, the head trader of SMB Capital's options trading desk here in Manhattan, and we're contacted by traders from all over the world who trade systems that have very mediocre win rates and are looking for ways to improve their success. Well, in this video, we're going to teach you a very simple options trading technique that logically has to improve the win rate of your trading system, and often that win rate improvement is dramatic. So if that sounds like something that you'd like to learn, then stick around because I think you're going to be surprised how easy and powerful this is. Hi, I'm Seth Freiberg, and I'm the head trader of SMB Capital's options trading desk. SMB Capital is a proprietary trading firm located in Midtown Manhattan, and we provide capital for options and equity traders from all over the world, trading both remotely and in our offices here in New York City. Now, I'd like to suggest that you click on our subscribe button right now so that you don't miss any of our free trading videos that we produce for traders and investors all over the world. They're really very valuable. Okay, so there are lots of trading systems out there followed by day and swing traders that are based on strict rules. They only go long stocks if those stocks are trading above their 20-day moving average, for example, or they'll buy or sell stocks depending on whether the stock's price is located inside a band of prices like Bollinger Bands or other similar systems. Some traders have multiple parameters which must be met before they buy or sell a stock. They'll only buy a stock if the S&P 500 index is above its 200-day moving average and the stock has met certain bullish momentum criteria, for example. Some systems combine 5 or 10 different indicators together, and action is only taken when every single indicator is pointing in the right direction. There are literally thousands of trading systems out there and thousands more being worked on every day. And what a lot of people don't realize is that many of these systems win a surprisingly low percentage of the time, maybe as low as 52 times out of 100, which means that you're losing 48% of the time, which is not to say that these systems are unsuccessful. It's just that some traders find it hard enough to follow rules-based systems only to find even a really good system will lose, say, 48% of the time, which some traders find hard to swallow when they spent so much time developing the system in the first place. But options income traders, like the guys on our trading desk here at SMB, have ways of dramatically improving the win rate of these kinds of strategies, and that gets people's attention. So let's take a look at a recent example that's come up. Now, this is based on a real-life study involving work done by one of the traders on our desk who's very experienced at the development of trading systems, and he has a particular system that he has developed for trading SPY stock, one of those popular ETFs in the world. The SPY, as you probably know, is an ETF that holds a basket of stocks that mimics the S&P 500 index, and so this trader did a look back to January 1st, 2018. He studied each time that his program generated either a buy or sell signal on a Monday, a Wednesday, or a Friday, because the SPY has options expiring every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so when we did that look back, we found that there were 451 cases since 2018 that this system generated a signal to go either long SPY stock or short SPY stock on those days of the week. And we just assumed, for the purposes of this study, that once we either went long or short, we would hold the position the rest of the day and close it at the end of the day, selling the shares if we were following a long signal, or buying back to close the short position at the end of the day if we were following a short signal that day. And with this system, we found that when we did that, we won 237 times and lost 214 times, which comes to a win rate of 52.2%, which actually can be a pretty solid win rate depending on the distribution and size of actual wins and losses on the system. But nonetheless, you're losing about 47.8% of the time. So then what we did was we took another look at the data in a little bit different way this time, and we asked ourselves, how did those losses sort themselves out in terms of the sizes of those losses? And what we found was, as you can see here on this chart, which is that 4% of the wins were greater than $5, meaning that the SPY moved at least $5 in a direction favorable to us from the moment we entered the trade until the end of the day when we closed the trade for a profit. And we did the same thing for all of the other categories of wins and losses. And we particularly focused on the trades in a specific category, and that is the category involving losses that fell into that under $1 category. And that's because that category represented fully 24% of all the trades, which means that nearly half of the losing trades were in that $1 or less category. And so we asked ourselves, is there in fact a way to use an option strategy to dramatically cut down the number of times that we would lose using the signal that our trader had developed? And we figured out something really interesting, which is what we're going to be teaching you in this video. But before we get into why this strategy can dramatically improve your win rate, if you'd like to learn 3 real-world option strategies that our pro traders use, including the unique options trick that allows you to make money while you wait to buy stocks or ETFs at the price you want, or the options income strategy that allows you to make consistent money whether the market goes up or down or sideways, and how to make money on a stock or index trade even if you're outright wrong on the direction, then click the link that should be appearing now at the top right corner of your screen. That will open the free workshop registration page in a new window, so don't worry, you won't lose this video. Or you can register directly for free at optionsclass.com. Believe me, you don't want to miss this, so pause this video, sign up now, and then resume watching. Okay, so now to explain to you how we can use an option strategy to dramatically improve the win rate of this and really pretty much any trading system, we need to make sure that you understand how stock options work. For those of you familiar with stock options, just hang in there. This is going to be quick, and then we'll jump back into the lesson. Okay, so what's known as a call option on a stock entitles the buyer of that option to purchase 100 shares of that stock at a certain price called the strike price of that option, regardless of what price the stock is trading at. What's known as a put option, on the other hand, entitles the buyer of that put to sell 100 shares of a stock that he owns at the strike price of that put, again, regardless of what price the stock's trading. The buyer of the option, whether it's a put or a call, pays what's called a premium to the seller of the option because the seller of the option is taking the risk that the stock will go past the strike price of the option, in which case the buyer can exercise his option and the seller could lose money on the transaction. But in the case of a call option, if the stock on the expiration day of the option is not above the strike price of the call option, then the seller of that call just pockets the premium that he was given by the buyer. He walks away completely free of any obligations because no one would exercise the right to buy a stock at a price higher than it's trading in the open market. And the same is true for a put option where the stock closes above the strike price of the put option because, again, who's going to exercise the right to sell his shares of his stock at a lower price than he could sell it in the market? So the put option in that case would just expire worthless because it was never triggered and the put seller just pockets the premium he collected. Okay, so with that in mind, let's now take a look at an option strategy known as the credit spread, and we'll see how this can improve our win rate dramatically. So let's go back to one of those days where we lost more than $1 per share using the system, and on one of those losing days, Wednesday, June 3rd, 2019, you can see that on that day, the SPY was trading at around 275, and the system gave us a long signal that morning. So suppose that on that day, we took that signal and bought 1,000 shares of SPY at $275.05. Well, as it turns out, by the end of the day, the SPY had actually sold off down to $274.57, producing a losing trade, as you can see, as we bought the shares for $275 and $50 and sold them for $274.570 for a loss of $480 in the trade. But let's suppose instead that we employed an option strategy known as the credit spread to this trade, but we're going to do it intelligently. Remember, we observed that 24% of the losing trades were for less than $1. So what if instead of outright buying those shares of SPY, we sold a put expiring that day at a strike price that is no closer than $1 away from the price we entered the trade, which is at $275.05. Well, in that case, The closest option more than $1 away is the 274 put, because the 275 put is only 5 cents away. So we need to go down to the 274 strike. So suppose that we sold 10 of those 274 puts for 48 cents, which was the price at that time, as you can see. And at the same time, for protection, we bought 10 of those 269 puts for 1 cent. Well, if we did that, we would have entered into what options traders refer to as a put credit spread. So let's look at the cash flow of this options transactions first to understand what has happened. So we sold 10 of those 274 puts for 48 cents. But remember, those represent 100 shares of stock. So you multiply that by 100 shares, and we sold 10 of those. So we multiply that by 10, and we get a total cash inflow from selling those 10 SPY 274 options of $480. And with that same logic, we spend just $10 to buy those protective 269 puts, which act primarily to control how much capital your broker will charge you for that transaction. And in fact, in this case, your broker will require you to have at least $4,530 in your account to do this trade. So now in this case, let's take a look at the results of this trade, entering the put spread at the exact time as we entered the SPY shares trade we illustrated was a loss a few minutes ago. Well, in this case, as a result of the fact that the market closed at 274.57, the outcome is completely different, and let's look at why. So remember, we received that initial $470 from selling the put credit spread, and remember, these options both expire today, and both of the puts expired worthless. Why? Well, the SPY closed at 274.57, but we had entered a spread involving the 274 and 269 puts. Well, both of those puts are below where the SPY closed, and thus they've got no value. No one is going to exercise a put option where the market closed above its strike price, because that would be tantamount to intentionally selling your shares below the price that you could have sold your shares in the open market. And so your profit on the transaction becomes that initial credit that you received for selling the put credit spread, which is a gain of $470. So when you compare the two transactions, you can see that purchasing the SPY shares was a loss of $480 using more than $275,000, while the put credit spread transaction was a gain of $470 using under $5,000 in cash, resulting in greater than a 10% gain on the options transactions versus a small loss on the long stock transaction. But here is the amazing part, if you think about it, and that is every time that the signal is right, or at least not wrong by more than what would have produced a SPY share loss of $1 or less, then the put credit spread trade will be a win, while the outright purchase of SPY shares will be a loss. So what is the inescapable conclusion of this analysis? And that is that if you then applied this approach across every one of those 451 trades, then let's take a look back now at that distribution of trade wins and losses that we showed you involving purely buying the SPY shares. And as you can see, in any case where the SPY wins, the option spread wins also, because in those cases, the SPY shares, for example, in the case of a long signal, gained value, and in each of those cases, the credit spreads would be located well below where the SPY closed, because remember, we located the short put option, the higher of those two options, below the market when we entered the trade. So if the SPY went up after that, then those puts had to expire worthless, and therefore the options transaction had to be profitable, because at the end of the day, you just pocket the options premium. But the amazing line to focus on is the one in yellow, the case where the SPY trades lost money by $1 or less. Well, in every one of those cases, the options trade would have been an outright win, as we just proved to you, resulting in all 24% of those trades flipping from being losers to winners. So as a result, using put credit spreads, it dramatically alters the win-loss ratio, as you can see from this illustration, where the wins and the win rates skyrocket to 76.7% and the loss rate drops to 23.3%, a 25-point improvement in both cases. Now, I'm not saying that this improvement in win rate will necessarily result in a stronger profit result in every single case of using option spreads versus outright buying and selling shares with signals. But what I can tell you in no uncertain terms is that if you learn how to use options credit spreads correctly, like we did in this case, there is no question that the win rate of your strategy will improve pretty dramatically in most cases compared to the outright buying of shares to express your trade signal. Most traders would love to have a dramatically improved win rate to start with when fully analyzing different ways to express a signal that you use, and the purpose of this video was to share with you a method that will absolutely do that in almost all cases. Once you learn how to trade option spreads, you'll find many other situations like this where the use of options may make a lot more sense than the outright buying and selling of shares. Now, just to remind you, if you're serious about your trading, you need to check out the free intensive options class that we're currently running, where you'll learn 3 real-world option strategies that our professional options traders use all the time. Just click the link that should be appearing now at the top right corner of your screen, or you can just head on over to optionsclass.com to register for this free workshop directly. It really is a rare opportunity for retail traders and investors to learn directly from Wall Street traders, but that's exactly what you'll be getting through this free online workshop. So click the link to sign up now before you miss it.